Love the value that he's at. I do still think he's going to be the number one option. There's no way that Kenyon Drake is going to be getting more touches than him. It's just not possible. So then I'm looking at receiver. I feel like there's a lot of value here, and I like the value here in the fourth round. And because I've at least gotten a couple running backs, I know there's a solid flex for this. But I'm going to take an injury dip. I love what I saw after... after we had some issues in Atlanta and this individual left, I love what is on the board. So some of the players on the board: Michael Thomas, Terry McLaurin, Julio Jones, Cooper, Godwin, Kupp, Moore, Lamb, Woods. I mean, there's a ton of wide receivers here. I think I'm going to be able to get a really good one on the way back. I love the running backs here as well, too. Chris Carson, David Montgomery. Those are the two I want. After that, it really, really drops off for me, and I'm not super happy. I think there's one that I would be happy to take on the next flip, depending on how things go. So I'm going to go ahead and at least lock up my number one wide receiver. I want a floor. I want someone that's very, very good. And when healthy, even though regardless of the quarterback, I think in New Orleans he's going to be fantastic. I'm going to take Michael Thomas here at the 304.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, the 404.
Yeah, that could work. I like it.
So even with, whether it's Jameis Winston.
Did you make the pick, by the way? It looks like your clock's still running.
I did. Sometimes there's a little bit of lag between the two. So I did make the Michael Thomas pick. So regardless of who the quarterback is there in New Orleans, Michael Thomas played really, really well. Towards the end of the season, he was hurt, which is a problem. And because Drew Brees isn't there, there is a lot kind of going on that people are afraid of. So, I'm very happy with what's going on with him. I'm very happy to go ahead and take him as my first wide receiver off the board. That's a solid floor. It's someone that I think can finish top 10, and that's kind of where I'm drafting him.
All right, so and coming down to me on my fourth pick, I've been living the life on running back, so I know I need to diversify at this point.
I think this is where
I do need to make a change.
I know what you're going to do. You're going to punt running backs until probably super late. Yeah. Because you are solid.
Yeah.
Like solid.
So the only quarterback to go, which we expected, Patrick Mahomes, is off the board. Traditionally, right now, there are still a couple of other quarterbacks that you could see go somewhat early, and I think that will happen in more leagues than not. Eric has strong vindications toward do not do that.
Yeah, especially with me drafting Travis Kelce first, I cannot draft another single position. Mm-hmm. It destroys my depth. It destroys my team. Yeah. You haven't done that. You have not drafted a tight end yet. You have not drafted a quarterback yet. If you draft a single position early, you punt the other one. Whatever you do not try and stack Kelce and Mahomes. I'm sorry, it's a bad idea. It's going to destroy your team in the long run. So,
agreed.
What you got here, my number one quarterback still on the board because obviously Patrick Mahomes is the only one taken. My number one is on the board. It's who you had last year.
Yeah.
It's a slam dunk.
Oh, yeah. You're talking Kyler.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, yeah. The kid's a stud. He is a little smaller. He got hurt last year. That would be a concern of mine. I would also really like having Lamar Jackson. So there are a couple of guys on the board that
Lamar Jackson's my favorite.
Man, they look good. So actually, I'm looking at
Lamar Jackson down the board, man. There's two quarterbacks I would even.
So here's what I was going to do for this episode. I was going to load my bench with wide receivers and cover that and just feel good about it. I think there's good talent there.
My number 4 quarterback you can get very late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if we're talking about the same person. I'll reveal it when it happens.
Possibly. Yeah. So I like CeeDee Lamb. The kid was an all-star. I know Eric. Yeah, of course you do.
It's who I was hoping would fall to me.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen in this one. Yeah. So
I had a feeling you may snake him from me because we've talked about how much how awesome he is.
Now I do have a serious question. Julio Jones on a new team. Man, is he worth a look? Is he going to do what's happening there?
Yeah, he's still Julio Jones. Let's not forget this. And in a dynasty, maybe. Yeah, you look at potentially trying to move on from him, but in a redraft. In the 5th round, which is really where you're drafting him. I mean, think about that. Julio was early 2nd round.
I know.
Last several years.
Sure. Or if
early
not,
first.
If not early first.
Yeah.
Or late first. Yeah.
Or late first. I mean, yeah. Never early first, but late first. Early 2nd, mid 2nd. I mean, that's where you're getting Julio Jones. This is amazing. So, I'm happy to look at Julio Jones there too, and
agreed.
Get 2 solid wide receivers.
Yep, and that's who I'm going with. So I got CeeDee Lamb, Julio Jones. I feel good about that. Going along with Edwards-Helaire, McCaffrey, having Gibson as a potential flex. Man, I feel good about some point values there week over week. So notice already then for the, 5th round? Kyler Murray.
Just went.
Yep, and Josh Allen along with Lamar Jackson. Gone. So those top quarterbacks that if you were considering... So looking at my perspective at that first point, I could be going, that kind of stings. Like, I would almost reconsider going back on a quarterback for that round.
Sure.
But at the same time, you commit to your strategy. You know there will be quality quarterbacks. Live with it.
There are so many quality quarterbacks. Yeah, you don't have the upside of Murray, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to be in the ball field, and their opportunity cost for drafting someone like Kyler Murray and losing out on someone else is drastic. It will make up the point difference, I promise you. So if you're really in love with that top-end quarterback and you can get him late, like, I'm okay drafting a Kyler Murray here, Josh Allen here.
Sure.
Like, I like
all those guys are good in the 5th round, for sure.
I don't like Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd. It's too early for me. It always has been. The opportunity cost of losing a Justin Jefferson, a Waller, Kittle, Jacobs, Ridley way outweighs what Patrick Mahomes can bring to you. So, okay, I'm on the clock.
Yes,
507. I have Travis Kelce, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Michael Thomas. I do want to round out a little bit more of my wide receivers. I really wanted CeeDee Lamb to fall to me very, very much. And I'm going to go ahead and take someone that is very explosive, someone that has a lot of opportunity to do very, very good things, and I am very much in love with. But
are you going to Tampa Bay?
I may be. I'm looking at Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, Robert Woods, Jamar Chase on the wide receiver and running backs. I'm not in love with them here, but I would be happy to take Travis Etienne. There's Kareem Hunt, Myles Gaskin. I'm not in love with Robinson. I'm not in love with Williams. I'm not crazy about this year as well either, although he's a rookie. I think there's a running back I would take a couple rounds later if he happened to fall to me, but I'm not going to go ahead and do it right now. I do want to round out a little bit more of my wide receiver core here. I am going to take the chance of grabbing some upside here, and then on the turn getting maybe some more stability. And I'm going DJ Moore from Carolina. I think the upside's here.
Okay.
He has the yardage to go with it. I'm really excited about the potential that he can bring back to me for touchdowns. That's what I need from DJ Moore. I need more touchdowns. So the last couple of years, he's been very low single digits. I think like 3 and 5. I need like 7 or 8. If I can get that, this is a smash hit here in the 5th round. So I'm back on the clock. Chris Godwin went, Travis Etienne, Robert Woods, Mark Andrews, Jamar Chase, Adam Thielen. I'm back on the clock. This is another smash hit for me. Is I'm seeing it right here. I'm going to take someone that is a little bit more inconsistent than DJ Moore.
I was going to say, you're going running back for sure.
No, not at all. I'm going someone that is inconsistent, but the upside is tremendous. Overall, he finished wide receiver number 9 last year, but it didn't feel good because he was very inconsistent. And as I look at the opportunity cost, where is his teammate? No way his teammate's still on the board. Oh, my God, his teammate went in the 2nd round.
All right. Who is it?
His teammate's DK Metcalf. I am taking Lockett, who will arguably score more points than DK Metcalf.
Sure, absolutely.
If not be
Metcalf
very,
is kind
very
of that boomer bust type of, at least it was last year.
And both of them are very inconsistent, but the upside, I think, rides with Lockett in the 6th round versus Metcalf in the 2nd.
Okay.
Off the board, Beckham, Devontae Smith, Kareem Hunt, Myles Gaskin, Kenny Galladay, Tyler on the clock at the 6:10.
Yikes. All right. So without having a tight end at this point, I will be looking. And the same guy I bet on for my own team last year was disappointing. But he's on a disappointing franchise as well. So what I'm building to is really TJ Hawkinson. So even though Detroit is...
Yeah. With a change of quarterback.
But...
You want that change of quarterback?
I think so.
You want Jared Goff?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's quarterback.
Yes,
over Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Man, I'm worried for you, man. I think the opportunity cost here is high.
So what I am considering here is that just needs of the team. What I have right now are 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers, all I can, believe in. I don't want to. When I was talking about punting to a tight end, I think I'm still doing that. I mean, it is the end of the 6th round.
There is upside. There's upside with TJ Hawkinson. I'm not going to deny that. But do you think the upside is worth someone like Johnson out of Pittsburgh or Brandon Ayuk, Juju Smith-Schuster for some wide receivers, Claypool also from Pittsburgh? I think there's a lot of upside. So remember, though,
at the one spot, I have those 2 picks. I'm basically looking at that rather than getting both. I want to at least tie that end, and I think it's important to make sure you're tying that out.
If you're going to go with your onesie here, do you want that quarterback? Do you want Wilson, Prescott, Herbert?
Right.
That is a far better opportunity cost because I don't think the difference in tight end is that big between someone like Hawkinson. There is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tight end off the board, and someone like Robert Tonyan, who's going to be the 10th or 11th off the board.
See, you talked about Tonyan, and I'd be interested to, it's piqued my curiosity for this season. Yeah. That might be a good play.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Right now, going off of what I know and who's available in the league, I'm at least going to secure that position, have someone well knowing that I get to have anyone else I want.
He's a good player.
At
don't get
quarterback
me wrong. He's a good player.
Or wide receiver. And honestly, right now, I am still looking at the wide receiver position just for the depth.
You have to.
And in that, Brandon Ayuk, we talked about him. I picked him earlier. You had some good advice on that. Yeah, exactly. Someone who you can feel comfortable about being on your bench, and if he starts blowing up, switch him out. If you think there's a mismatch for some of your other wide receivers,
he's the number one option,
especially for Julio Jones being again as old in a new system. Who knows? That's not a guarantee.
Yeah, you may need to sub Ayuk in early in the season, but Julio Jones is a long-term veteran. So, I mean, even then, Brandon Ayuk could be your flex play there. So, all right, as we are on the turn here, it is coming around, but we are waiting for some things to come across.
Looks like we had Russell Wilson, Javonte Williams, which I believe that's a rookie then, for running back in Denver.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
DJ Shark out of Jacksonville. Juju Smith-Schuster was picked up in this round, as well as James Robinson for Jacksonville. Are you going to be surprised a lot of people just look to Jacksonville, even if they're not going Trevor Lawrence, just picking up those players? Jacksonville's good.
I don't want
value.
DJ Chark. I just don't believe in him this year. If I'm going to take a wide receiver out of Jacksonville, I'm taking Marvin Jones, and I'm going to take him super late. So at this point in the draft, I have Travis Kelce, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Michael Thomas, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett. I love my wide receivers. I love the starter that I've had with the running backs, and of course, I've locked up that position with Travis Kelce. I'm either going to be looking to add some depth here at running back, someone that I can flex in, and I think there's a great option that I love here in the 7th round. I'm not going to pass him up. And some of the running backs I'm looking at, Mike Davis, Edmonds, Gordon. I'm looking at Fournette, Mostert out there in San Francisco. Some of the wide receivers still on the board. Deontay Johnson, Higgins, Claypool, Sutton, Waddle, Jerry Jeudy. And then quarterbacks. If I really want to go quarterbacks, there's only been 5 off the board. Mahomes, Murray, Allen, Jackson, Wilson.
Yeah, you got talent.
I'm looking to take a Prescott, a Herbert, or a Rodgers or at this point. There is someone that I still love. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to play that game there.
Okay, let's see. Are you going to let us know what you're thinking ahead of time? Or
Edmonds.
Okay.
I'm going Chase Edmonds. I want some depth here. I think he's the number one option. Personally, I think it's still going to be a split backfield, but I think Chase Edmonds still has the lead role there. I can't even think of his name. Who's the dude you love that used to play in Pittsburgh?
Conner?
James
Conner, dude.
Here's the problem. Even if James Conner is the starter, and that's fine, Chase Edmonds has always had value.
Yeah.
Always had value. And James Conner gets hurt more than just about
he's a bit fragile
professional football player, it seems like. Always injured as a person that plays a skill position. So I went ahead and took Chase Edmonds. Off the board next, Justin Herbert, T. Higgins, Dak Prescott, Chase Claypool, Melvin Gordon, Deontay Johnson. I'm back on the clock here at the 8:04. There's only one team in front of me that hasn't drafted a quarterback, and that's you. Every other team on both sides of us have drafted a quarterback. We're the last 2 left.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this game because the quarterbacks that are left we have Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Ryan Tannehill, Deshaun Watson if he plays this year. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Right.
But there's
Leave that